What's up? Another beautiful day for a bunch of test ride reviews, starting with the Yamaha R7. This is a new bike and one of the coolest looking bikes in my opinion. I love this color, I love this blue. I have heard good things about this. I've never ridden one. And I like to go into these videos pretty blind, so I haven't done any research on this because I want to have a non-biased opinion. So real quick, shout out to Macomb Power Sports for making it happen. They're the ones that have been letting me test ride and review all these motorcycles for you. Super knowledgeable, friendly staff. If you're in the market for a motor toy, check these guys out. Let's hop on this thing. Let me make sure I'm rolling on both cameras. Camera 1's rolling. Camera 2's rolling. All right, it is not too tall, flat-footed right now at 5'10". Feels good. You might be able to get on this if you're a shorter rider. It's not super short for a sport bike, but I like the display here. Start her up. So like the display, like the digital tack there. This bike specifically, you're gonna be very forward leaned. So if you're looking for comfort, this might not be the guy for you. Very well balanced though. Easy to maneuver at slow speeds. Initial thought is you are very, very sporty right now. Get on the road here. Get a little quick acceleration. So first thing that I noticed that I really like about this bike is how, I don't want to say aggressive, but how snappy it feels. It does feel very responsive. Throttle response is very decent. Brakes are okay. Maybe I gotta warm them up a little bit. So yeah, very lean forward by any means. Probably not your 10-hour drive bike. Oh, it feels really good on the turn there. I just feel very, very connected to the road. I probably get a lot of shit for not engine braking. I want to know how well the real brakes work. So I try to use a lot of just braking to get a feel for the actual brakes of the bike. We are obviously going to take this on the freeway. It's not a super windy day today, so it's going to be a pretty fair review. Oh, I picked a wrong day to get on the freeway. It is balanced really well though, so even like rolling real slow, it doesn't feel like I'm working extra to keep the bike upright. The bike does not want to do anything in first this slow. These bikes are built for speed. Foot position, your feet are definitely a little bit more back, a little more behind you. The shifter feels really good. It's got really good shifting. It's very direct, very clunky, which is my favorite because I want to know that I've shifted gears without having to look at a gear indicator or just hoping that I clicked into gear. And I get it. You should know if you shifted, but I like feeling the physical click. It's just my preference. Clutch pull is nice. It's a real light, real easy clutch. I don't necessarily love the brake position, the rear brake position, but honestly, it's not that bad. I'm getting used to it now. Yeah, so up to speed there. It feels totally fine at top speeds. It's got a little bit of a windscreen. Obviously, if you ride a sport bike, you know it doesn't do much, but it's not bad because of how forward leaned you are. It already kind of puts you in a tucked position, so you're gonna get some of the benefits of that windscreen already. I'm not a fan of the little extensions on the foot pegs or the kickstand. I keep getting my feet caught on them as I go to put them back on the bike. Not a big deal, something to get used to. I like to get picky. I don't like to only say positive things about these. I do like the display, however, it's kind of on a weird angle. I don't know if that's adjustable. I think it is. This bike has a lot of power. You can really feel, especially in lower gears, you can feel a ton of pull. It feels great. I'm a big fan of the way this bike rides. It just has a good, it feels like how a rocket should feel. Now, is this bike going to get you that thrill for speed that you need if you're an adrenaline junkie that needs fast speed? If this bike has it, it definitely does. I'm not going to take this bike over the speed limit. This isn't my bike, this is Macomb Power Sports bike and potentially your bike, so I'm going to respect it. but it can definitely do it. It can definitely do it. Plenty of power to get you in trouble. Suspension, stiff suspension. There's no getting away from that on these. Very stiff suspension. Yeah, tons of speed, tons of power behind this throttle. No suspension on this thing. We're gonna stand up on those train tracks. I mean, it's quick, it's quick, it's fast. It's not comfortable per se. Comfortable for a sport bike of this style, but not comfortable as just a motorcycle in general, which is not a big deal. That's not why you're buying these bikes. Let's be real. You're buying these bikes to look cool and go fast. I think it looks pretty cool, and I can tell you it goes pretty fast. Handles quite well. I mean, it does not feel like I'm fighting against the bike. It feels like the bike just does what I want it to do. Yeah, it feels very stable and comfortable at high speed. So even on the freeway, you'll be totally fine. Now keep in mind, on a long ride, you're not gonna be very comfortable. You're gonna be doing that one hand thing where you're sitting up like that, but you know how it is. Yeah, brakes need a little warming up, but now they are working just fine for us. I do feel like I am really fighting to get those brakes going. All right, here we go, some bumps. Let's see how choppy this is. Yep, this sucks. Sucks is not an understatement. It just sucks. It's not worse than sucks, but it sucks. One last set of bumps. I'm standing up on these. I'm done with Urban Street. Let's turn around. I don't like Urban Street anymore. The shifting is very fluent, very flawless. I like it. And the turning radius is really nice. Like, it doesn't feel like I have to slow down a ton to get a tight turn, and it doesn't feel like I have to take very wide turns. Now let's talk about who this bike is for. This bike is not for your beginner. Don't ever think about getting a bike this big as a beginner. I get a lot of shit in the comments about what a beginner bike is and what isn't. And let's just talk about what a beginner is, because a beginner is not somebody that has a little bit of experience on a bike. I'm talking a beginner is somebody that was like, I want to ride a motorcycle. Wonder if I could do that. And this bike is not for that person. This bike is not for your beginner. This bike is for your more advanced rider. Your traditional sport bike rider. If you want a sport bike and you already have some experience under your belt, you already have at least a year or two of riding. Let's turn a little bit. Oh, got a little shaky there on that bump on the turn, but it's a fast bike. You got to know how to ride a motorcycle. This one isn't going to be as forgiving as, say, 400 and 500. Yeah, with this bike in particular, you're definitely going to want to use that engine to help slow you down, because the brakes, they're not great. Even warmed up, it does not have the greatest braking power. Now, this position and the brake lever position, as well as the clutch, my hands are slightly fatigued and slightly starting to get a little numb, and I've only been riding for maybe 25 minutes and my hands are already kind of asking for a break. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is not your comfort motorcycle by any means. I do really like this bike though. This bike, if I didn't already have a bike on my radar for my next upgrade, this could be it. This would not be my only bike. I definitely need something with a little bit more comfort for casual rides where I'm gonna have my girlfriend on the back. Yeah, all this I don't like that. I don't know what that's about. And then when this is up, that, not a big fan of that stuff. But yeah, so anyways, that's my ride review of the Yamaha R7. Bike is sick, bike looks sick. It looks so sleek. It's just very just screams rocket. So yeah, and I like the exhaust. Man, the exhaust is just tucked away and it's so nice. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really like the look of that, but it's all right. It's all right, just being a little picky. Hell yeah. Anyways, shout out Macomb Power Sports once again for letting me take this thing on a test ride. I'm gonna go get the next one. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching.